Welcome to Valuu Spotlight, a series where your host Ryan Purvis, joined with a guest, will discuss products that they use in their daily lives.
So the tool, there's two things I wanted to chat about. One is around prompt engineering, because I've learned a bit this week and I wanted to share that. And the other one is a tool that I use all the time called TextExpander. And it does do what the name says, it expands text. But I don't think people, there's this kind of thing when you do automations, is how much time do you spend automating something versus actually just doing the thing repeatedly. And what I quite like about this tool is a couple things. One, it's very nicely set up in that it works on my mobile phone, works on all my devices really. And as you can see here, I've got a list of folders and I've done some work around sorting them out. And if you look at this thing, the way it works is it's watching your text, and it's always looking for combinations. And my trigger symbol is an exclamation mark, but you can have other ones. So if I need to give somebody a link to book a meeting with me, I normally give them a 30-minute booking. So I'll do exclamation mark CAL, and it'll put in the link, if I show you here, straight away to that. So I don't have to always remember this link. And that's quite useful if someone wants to book a meeting with me, or they ask me for a bit of information like a company registration number, a VAT number, whatever. As you can see, I've got lots of folders here. And the one that I've been wanting to set up, which I'll set up today, is around prompt generation. And I'm going to use my favorite still exclamation mark. In fact, I'm going to use a pipe with this one because I got a funny feeling I'm going to end up with a few duplicates. And what happens here is you can tell it when to expand, in the sense of do you wait for a space or an enter. And in this case, I'm not going to worry about too much. But what's quite nice around some of the other functionality is you can insert stuff or ask questions when you do the prompt. And that's what I'm going to do here. So the thing that I've been learning about with prompt engineering is that every time you want to put a prompt in, you should always ask at the end for the agent you're using to improve your prompt first. Improve my prompt first. So that should always be the end. Now what I would do here, because I'm going to call this my prompt default prompt structure, and the abbreviation will be prompt. So now whenever I do pipe prompt, it'll just spurt this out. And the other thing that I want to do is provide the role. So as an expert in whatever it is, and this is where it's quite cool. You can have is it this one? You can have it insert something, and so we can say function. So now whenever I run this prompt, it'll ask me what function is it an expert in. So function, you are here to assist me. Your response in the following structure. And again, we'll now do an option selection. So the selection, and then we could say here bullets, table, matrix, document, etc. And so that's fine. I mean, that would be the default prompt. So now if I go and open up text editor, and just to show how the thing normally works, see there's my LinkedIn, just 2 letters, and that's what you're doing, you're saving time. And the reason why this is cool, and this is going back to the automation thing, is if I do things repeatedly, I am saving time here. And they send you an email saying, in this week, you have saved 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. Now, if you take the cost of the product, which is probably about $2 a month, if I can save an hour in a month, it's like 20 times return, 100 times, 200 times return. I don't know. It's a lot for what it is. To the point that a lot of the time they actually recommend that you use it as a team, which, so for example, if, when someone wants to be a guest on the podcast, I just do that. And I got the link. Now, what I've done here is I've used Bitly, which is another tool we use. and I'll go down a little bit of a tangent. What I like to do with Bitly, so let's say I want to share my LinkedIn profile. When I do the Bitly, you can set your UTM values. So this is really useful if you want to track where this has come from. So, let's say this is a podcast is the source, and the medium will be an episode, and the campaign is Valuu Spotlight. And I create this link. Every time I share this link now, I know the source of where it came from. So we'd include this one in this episode. So I'm going to put that in the chat. And then with the UTMs, you can now track that with Google Analytics. So you can see where you're getting your traction. And I do this with all my links by default. So that's another sort of aspect to this. So we're going to go our prompt. And there we go. I did that. See, so that's funny. I did exclamation mark because that's my habit. And I should have done pipe, but I obviously have done, I've got a preempted thing here already. See, it put out 6 questions. So now I'm going to do pipe and prompt. So now it's asking me for, so expert in podcasting. And selection. Oh, that didn't quite work how I expected it to work. Well, let's see what happens. So now it'll generate my thing. So I made a mistake there somewhere. I'll have to figure it. This should be a select box. But hang on. I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do is something like this. So you should always test. So let's just go and do this. And then insert the next one. Ah, yes. Okay. So this will be table. And you can see I can make it a default when I add them. So I'll do them one by time. One by one, optional selection. So this one was a matrix. And this one we'll do is document. And I like a document every time, so I'm going to make that a default. Right, so we'll test that again. Let's get my thing open. Remember to do pipe this time, prompt. And that's something, interesting enough, that this tool will do very nicely, is it'll, if you have prompts that are similar, not prompts, the abbreviations are similar, it will warn you about clashes. So, and like I have Cal 15, Cal 6, Cal 60, Cal Bill, those are different combinations. It'll check up to a point to say, well, actually, they're all similar. And if you have it too close together, it'll warn you that you've got this thing. So we'll go back to podcasting, a podcaster rather, and we want to do a document. We can untick a ticket. I put the text in, but it actually looks like you don't need to put the text in. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I see it changes color when you selected it. So these are unselected, whatever. So there's now my new prompt. So if I go back to our Brave window and open a new chat, and we paste that in. Now, what's really cool is, I didn't actually ask it anything. I just told it how to behave. Okay, so what's the question? Give us some ideas for content for value makers. So that's your standard prompt, right? So we'll let that play out as we go. And let's go back to our TextExpander window. Please address this prompt. And then here we will put in a multi-line text. We'll call this prompt. And we'll say OK. And we'll go back to our test example. So podcaster. There's our question, and we want bullets. So now we've built our prompt again. and we will go back to here. So here's the original sort of unstructured. And then here is the one where I've said improve the prompt first. So as you can see now, I've got a prompt that's very different to what I had. This is improve the prompt first. So the only thing we didn't do, we selected only bullets. If we said document, so we'll say do a matrix, a matrix of these points with other similar series. This should export it now out as an Excel spreadsheet or a table. Now, the other thing that I've learned, which I thought was really cool, is it's asking me now. It's going, but what I'm going to say here is ask me questions until you are 90% certain you understand my intention with the podcast and can provide a growth strategy. Now, this I really love because what it'll do is it'll spit out a list of questions. And you can answer these literally like one, like for each point, just answer it and it'll come back with an improved thing and it'll keep going. And it's pretty thorough. I mean, it's never asked me less than probably 5 questions. So if we go and answer this now, for purpose, education and brand building, indirectly lead generation. See, it won't stop now until it gets to the 90%. And you know what I like about this is you almost now have a buddy that you could brainstorm with. Whereas, I mean, this was when Scott showed this to me, I was like, it makes so much sense. Why does nobody talk about this? So that's it. So that's one thing. Now I'm going to skip to show the last thing I want to show. So, and this is around deep research. So, assuming I cannot answer your questions, spend 30 minutes in deep research to assist me to answer these questions and export an output in an action plan document with a synopsis. So now this will do the sort of next step, which it'll go now do it, whatever it needs to do to go learn and come back with a document, which the 30 minutes is kind of funny because I don't think it ever spends 30 minutes, but it does spend some time and it comes out with really interesting documents and it's really actionable. So my takeaway from all of this is knowledge is definitely not what's the word? Well, knowledge has become a commodity. It's not a differentiator. There we go. See, the document's already done. And if you can access this, I mean, the velocity of work you should be able to achieve should go up at least 100x, not even 10x. Because if you can try, and I think this is what people are doing if they're not people are building these things without doubt. There will be agents that'll be listening to our conversation, or you'll be walking and talking to your agent, and it'll be doing the work for you. By the time you get to your desk, and I mean, I do this as when I'm at gym or whatever it is, I'm talking to ChatGPT to do stuff for me, come up with strategies, pitch decks, the whole works. Yes, there's a level of I still have to go and make it look pretty, or organized exactly how I want. But it's done like 80% of the work for me in like between two sets at gym. That's what's frightening.
Yeah.
And empowering at the same time. So if we go and look at this document, yeah, we'll have to save it. Oh, very important thing. Always save the document because the document expires. I did not realize this, but that's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't ask it to give me success metrics.
Done it himself.
So yeah, so I'm hoping that this is useful to people because I think this has blown my mind, absolutely blown my mind to how useful this stuff is. And I think what is the trick is, and there are tools that are doing this, and there's guys that I'm working with that I've seen their tools where they're building in a brain that basically you work with, and the brain learns contextually what you're doing, and it starts storing all this stuff for you. And what we'll do with it is, instead of trying to have someone plan their project plan, you'll just say, I want to deliver X, and we'll put the plan together for you and deliver on it. So you just have to be there, to fill in the gaps.
Yep.
But I mean, this is a 2-page document. Scott was telling me he got a 14-page document out of it for what he wanted. So, and it's just a question of what you're asking for. So what I'm going to do with TextExpander is I'm going to start making all these things optional. So when I do # prompt, which is what maybe it's good that I didn't build it all here, I could literally just say # prompt, tick the boxes, and just fill in the one thing that I need, and it'll give me the prompt that I need to go and do all this stuff. And then what I'm doing at the end of like a chat session is I have a prompt or a phrase that I always ask is export the improved prompts to a document, and then I get the list of all the prompts, and I'm going to store that in a database so I can reuse them again, which is where that brain would come in.
Yeah. It's great.
Cool. Mind blown.
Mind blown. Yeah, 100%. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to see other product reviews, founders conversations, and podcast episodes.